Told you I'm going to try and get these videos out as quick as possible. This one is going to be a book review on Britney Spears' The Woman in Me. I actually bought the book on digital, and I do like to have actual copies of books, but at the time I wasn't able to get the actual copy, so I had to get a digital copy. Now, the book, as far as I've read, is a rather hard-telling book. She's gone through a lot in this book, and she writes it all down. She doesn't linger on subjects. She just gets to the subject, gets it over with, and then goes on to the next. So it's a nice paced read. She's written it rather well to say she's not an author. Now, I bought the book and then found out that she didn't actually want to write the book, so I felt a bit but then I also thought, no, she's obviously published it because she's felt in herself enough to do so. But then I'm watching quite a lot of reviews on YouTube, and it's all about Justin Timberlake, and it's like he's in the book, but it's not all about him. What he's done is horrible, but then you've also got to remember their ages and how she's coped with it. Even to this point now, she's extremely mature about it. And what's peeved me off about quite a few YouTubers at the moment is they've put out there, where's the juicy bit, Britney? It's like, whoa, if you've read the book, you wouldn't ask that, because now she's looking for healing. Now she's looking for time to herself to be comfortable in this world. You've got to remember is lockdown happened and everyone was locked in for a while, and everyone went a bit stir crazy because of it. And you were told what you could and couldn't do. And a lot of people broke those rules because you ain't telling me what to do. Now, when you came out of lockdown, everything seemed all new again. It was all weird. You touched the grass. So it was weird. Now imagine that for 13 years, but you can't break them rules. Imagine if you broke the rules, you got sent to a psychiatric unit. And when you broke the rules in lockdown, you got a fine. You got humiliated slightly. But imagine 13 years of being humiliated, and then all of a sudden everybody else realizes that something's wrong, and you get that chance to be you again and realize that you can be free, that everyone's seeing this as wrong, and then the world's still attacking you. The media have a lot to answer for in this book, and the fact that they're trying to push it all towards Justin Timberlake is kind of sickening. What needs to be looked at is how the media treat her, how the media hounded her. Now, she doesn't just state that. She also states how the slightest thing she did and the public would latch onto it. And it wasn't just her father who controlled her. He controlled her mainly, but what I mean is a lot of people allowed it. A lot of people in the industry allowed it, and it's being ignored. That bit is being ignored. The main body of this whole thing, the whole reason why for 13 years she was trapped, is being ignored. Everyone wants to talk about the abortion in Justin Timberlake, and I find that a bit odd, because that's traumatized her. Trust me, I know exactly what it feels like I didn't have an abortion. What I had to have, well, I did. I had to abort my unborn baby because it had stopped growing, and I was told, look, pregnancy is a miscarriage, and I had to go through exactly what she went through, and nobody warned me, not the slightest, not even a doctor or a nurse warned me of what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden it happened. It hurt so bad, and it was so traumatizing. So I fully understand that. But for the media to then latch on that and make that about her book, then what you're doing is just making that traumatic incident brought up tenfold, when the book is not just about that. So yeah, it peeved me off when a few YouTubers were asking about where the juicy bits were, Britney. But the book is a good book. I do suggest that you read it. I'm not going to be one of these people going, I read the book so you didn't have to. I'd read the book because I could give you a full review, but without reading you the whole book, I couldn't tell you everything in it, because it takes reading the book to understand what's happened, along with any book, to be honest. So I'm one of these people who will not tell you I've read the book so that you don't have to. I'm one of these people who tell you I've read this book, you have to read this book, or I've read this book, don't read this book. If you want to read a book and you really like scary books, Mo Hayder's Tokyo, or it's called The Devil of Nanking. It's got 2 titles. It's so amazing. That book is the first ever book that made me scream when my mum entered the room. It's a good book. But yeah, Britney Spears, The Woman in Me, strongly suggest if you want to read an autobiography this year, you want it to be one which is going to make you rethink certain things, then I suggest you read this one because it's a good book. It's not a long book. I will point that one out. I'm a bookworm, so I do like longer books, but then I am also well aware that she's not a writer, and that she, now finding out she didn't even want to write this book, that she's done very well to say that it's something that she wasn't really putting her full heart and soul in to start with, because it was something that probably dredged up a lot of memories for her, and she probably did quite a lot of rewriting on it. But I would strongly suggest reading it. I would strongly suggest avoiding the YouTube videos where it's all about Justin Timberlake, because I will strongly advise you now that it's not all about him. Anyway, I will stop now and I will probably go off and do something. I strongly suggest that you read the book. Again, it is a book worth reading, and it's not a very long book, so if you're not wanting to spend that much money on the book, ask somebody who's already got it. I'm sorry, I know sales are everything to writers, but not everybody's got money at the moment. Ask if you can borrow a book. That's what books are there for. Always check your local library. Push comes to shove, wait until it's on sale. But I would suggest read the book and make your own opinion instead of listening to people. I read it so that you didn't have to, or where's the juicy bits, Brittany? With that being said, I'm off now. Please leave a like, comment, all those things. It'd be really appreciated. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.